to PDTV. Today we'll be going through spins. Yeah, been a pretty fun week. We had the World Series main event winner crowned. We'll be putting up an article later about that, so don't miss that. We also had our first ever podcast with Lara Eisenberg. If you haven't seen that, that's on YouTube. Just search Poker Deals. I'm sure you'll find it there, and it will be a really fun one to watch. We have another one coming out next week. And yeah, let's see what we get today. Hopefully we'll get some interesting spots, some big games. So yeah, let's see what we get. Roll the music. Go with a synth wave today. Okay, we're going to be playing $25. If you haven't seen the highlights of the other spins, again, over on YouTube, we tried to put in some key tips throughout the videos there for you guys to get some bite-sized information, useful tips for playing these games. Nice start, a 1-2-5. Just going to turn the AC on. In Malta, weather is still quite warm, even though it's mid-November. One of the reasons why I like living here. Get away from that British grey sky. Really like how Stars have changed the sounds on their gameplay. Like I said before, it really reminds me of Full Tilt, and I really like the sounds. I'm definitely continuing here. It's whether I want to raise or not. I think I will. Oh, that's a bit too much. Not a bad card. We're basically only beating overs. I don't think this is really one I can turn into a bluff. Just not going to get folds too often. Getting raised, that's no fun, but pretty easy for us. Going for an aggressive game to start off with. Don't know too much about Trump. I could value bet, but I think most players are over folding, and we're doing quite well value wise. Oh, this is a good sign, this guy just jamming here. Lots of draws on the turn here with the 10. We obviously block the diamond part of it, but there's still so many straight draws. That's good. He's still going to have to bluff like all his 8-9, 8-6, 9-6, Jack-9, Jack-8. We'll lose some value against the 10, but I think there's so many more draws than a 10. But he does have a 10. But I think range-wise, he's just going to be on so much more air there. I think I'm just going to make this one small, make it easy for myself, try and get some easy turn checks. I don't think he folds anything in the way we've played this. We are going to be ahead sometimes. Alright, pretty good with the ace-x hitting top pair here. No need to raise, really. Just going to sack if he 3-barrels. Just don't think players are capable of doing bluffing there often enough. Just wondering whether we should shove that turn and just get all his big draws to call. But we're kind of way ahead or way behind, so I don't think it makes too much sense. Let's see what he had. Let's see what he had. Jack 9, he had a gut shot. 4-5, definitely not betting that board. We'll delay bet if he checks again. And I think I'll be putting him in on rivers. This one, I think I am going to bet that one. Brick turn. With that sizing, he's obviously going to have a pair or a hand. He checks, means he's more got, probably got some 7x or 5x. And these, I think, won't fold to a river bet. Wow, how the hell are we? What, did he have like 6-3 or something? He did, 6-3. Oh wow, that was like perfect. That's hilarious. Pot bets. This could be considered quite tight, but I don't think we need to take it on. If he limps, I'm just going to be betting against him. Pretty nice turn. He didn't think of betting, but I don't really want to get check raised in the off chance. You're going to value tang yourself as well, and there's not many that bad rivers. 7-3 here. Okay, we are going to bet this now. Just try and get paid by a pair. Alright, 7-3, pulling it in. Just wondering whether to jam, and just think we have quite a lot of edge against this guy. Same here, we can shove this, but I just don't think, like, I think you can limp so much more against these kind of players, because they're not going to be shoving your limps. King 7 is obviously ahead in the range. 7-6 I think we will though. We're getting a lot of better hands to fold. You could say that about the 7-8 as well, but 2BB. You really bet a 3. He hit his 8. That sucked. Oh, I can increase the music. Okay, Nicole. Let me see. Is that better, Nicole? I'm just going to barrel this one. It's my board. Oh. Yeah, we lose to better flush draws. We lose to the pairs. That is a bit tight, but if we're losing to some of the flush draws and he's going to have some other hands there, it's probably a bit tight and a bit bad. So now we go in against the 10s with almost absolutely no chance. Alright, next one we go. That was bad. That was bad. Yeah, if you bet there, should be calling off. That was bad. Do not do that. We have too much equity to be folding against the range. Overthought the spot. Alright, 905, not really hitting too much. We'll be c-betting. Fours is a fold. GTO is like 6s and 7s there. Just depends how much you know the big blind as well. Let's go for some initiative. 9-5 suited. Hitting a pair, I'll take that. Okay. Well, we're folding. Generally at these spots you need to have a king or better. You don't really ever want to be calling with like a 9x. This guy seems like a bit of a fish. The usual standard, if you haven't seen that on previous episodes, people limping the buttons in spins generally will be recreational players. Might go for this one though. Interesting bet size here. No need to raise, we're obviously just going to have to call. Really interesting river now. No, he just shoves in. I mean, it's super weird, but you know, we have 6 high, not really calling an all in. To bluff or not to bluff? I think we will go for this one. I think most players will just bet the 9 themselves rather than check call, so I think we can go for it. Like, we're a bit too low down with him betting 2 streets. Not many players are going to be like check calling 9x on this river. Ace 9 will be going in. Very happy to see the small blind call there. Extra dead money. Oh wow. Oh, we got lucky with the ace there. Pretty nice spot. We'll take it. Hand just played itself, really. Yeah, if you missed the commentary yesterday, guys, 1K high roller, me and Lucky Luke covered that yesterday, the final part. It was, this is going to be a call, especially against this guy who wakes up with ace king. Really fun one to cover. I'm sure you guys will like it. Some quality play from the final 2. 10 versus ace 8. Oh, getting screwed over on the river there. 3.5. This kind of sucks because like taking a flop, we're just never really happy unless we hit the ace. I have no idea what he's doing. Whatever. Interesting spot. Well, that is a dream of a river. Could size down, but if we're getting called by a pair like that, I think we need to just be going for it. King Jack, raise the value, folding to a shove. Alright, heads in both. 1-2-5 will be good. Limp calling ace 4 suited. This guy's a bit of a whale, just need to hit. It kind of sucks to not play there. It's not the best board with the ace-4 suited, but he's going to slow down sometimes, and that really isn't our turn, of course. Instant checking. Doesn't really look like he has anything. But I'm not just gonna check. I still have to go for some value. We just don't know what he's doing. Well, we've got a piece of this with a 10-6. Don't really see much point in betting. We're just hoping to get called now, light. Eight, 7. This one's got to go in. I'm calling the 5s if he shoves. Not the best flop. It's a pretty good river. We'll have to call any bet from him. That blows. But not really much we can do. Alright. Pretty he pot bets like he's just never folding, but our equity is too good. I'm just wondering whether we can just call and shove turns and make him fold some better hands, because we're not folding. Just trying to weigh up the EVs there of like just calling and shoving turns, or let's see, so he has hitting the king there. That will do nicely for the flip. I think if I had a club I could be inclined to barrel this one, but I'm just going to give that up. It's really what I was attacking is some sort of 10x. Let's try and get this guy again. Let's see, nope. Imbalance, I reckon. Raz. I swear I know this player as well. We're going to get some good barrel spots here. I think players in general are under check raising, so you can actually take quite decent C bets. Imbalance, see what I have on him. 3x, BBB, Queen Jack suited. He's 10 suited, so. Gut shot and over barrel. Going for a bet here. Raise. Okay, well, we're not doing so good now. Make it non all in because he's going to get all of his suited broadways. They're going to have to continue, and we're obviously way ahead of those and want to get value from those. If we shove, they're all going to fold. Not a good board for the 7s. Really good river on the left with the 8s. Going to be banking for value now with the 4x against worse hands. Okay, just had a 6. Dim Balance deciding whether to bluff or to get value. One or the 2. Obviously have to call. Okay. Alright, open ender with the 7-5. Let's see what we get. Have to go for that one, really. Have to go for it. Let's just figure out what size it's going to be worth. Like, what size would a queen make there? We have to call this. It's a good river. He delay bets. Thing is, he probably bets the flop with all of his bluffs, so got like some random 7x or flush draw that isn't paired. He's just going to bet all these in the flop probably. So I think it's better to just jam ourselves. Ace-4, let's go. All right, it's the 3. Some outs. No joy. All right, flipping. Nice. That is what we want. Take the 1-2-5. Let's see how we're doing. We were on like a 400 or 500 swing down for a while, and we haven't managed to recuperate much. It's going not too bad now. But yeah, I mean, I just don't play enough. So there's so much variance in spins. Really, the best way to combat variance is volume. The more that you can stomach in terms of variance and it not affecting your game, the more hours you can get in, the quicker variance goes away. That is just mathematical fact. It's not easy to do, but if you can, like, one of the greatest skills I think in this game really is just not letting those things affect you, and you'll get so many more hands in and you'll just make so much more money in the long run. So easy to play well when you're running good. The problem with this hand is if we're going to get some sort of spade or club on the river as well, we're not going to be that happy. Turn really hit our range as well. Alright, heads up 75. Let's see if the stream can bring some luck in today's session. We have a really special guest today in the podcast I'll be recording later today. Super excited. You guys will have to watch out for that one. Not going to name who it is now. Feels quite tight, but we're going to get bluffed on many rivers. I don't think people are going to slow down in that spot too often. Let me know if you have any questions, guys, anything you want to ask, anything about poker. More than happy to speak with you. I think we will go for our usual. Good river, less nines now that he bets on the turn. I don't like the fact we have sixes. We do block some of his 6-4, 7-6, 6-2. He does go for a check, and I don't think we're gonna get. I mean, there's not many people that value betting a 5 on that turn, so I just don't see what we're getting value from. Fold. Nines, let's go. Bottom pair, backdoor draws. Thing is, I don't want to raise off my equity here, so I think I'm just going to call. So value bets like third pair there. I know I block hearts, but there's so many more straight draws in those spots. Not sure I like his bet too much. I'm not going to have that many worse hands. Like, I'm not cool with 3x2. Like, I have 5x and jack x there. Oh, queen 10 versus queen 9. Nice. Alright, well, this is obviously a good board. I don't know this player, so I'm just going to mini raise against his range. See if he calls with everything. Nope. Trying to put a bit of pressure on to balance his ranges. I can't recall him folding in a single button. Alright, nice turn, and we get it on the river with 75. Right, this is going good. If I had a spade here, I would call, but I do not. Pretty good board for the 6-2. This is going to be one that's going to be barreled quite heavily. Don't get the opportunity to, but that's alright. Don't mind folding 6 high. Jack high technically, but you know what I mean. Alright, queen on the flop for us. Perfect. He checks. This doesn't hit the small blind range too hard, so he doesn't call. Wow, that's why he checked. He was trying to trap us. We got lucky on the turn. 3x from Printle. Not a bad board. Could be worse. Obviously calling with King 7 here. Got to fade the flush draw. Oh yeah, taking it down. 275s in a row, we'll take that. Oh, we hit the flush draw on the turn. He's going to shove all in and we're going to have no option but to fold, which sucks. No option but to fold. Cannot be calling with flush draw, straight draw there. Just gonna have it way too often. Ace 8 imbalance. What do I want to do against you, imbalance? I think we're gonna 3-bet you. I think we'll be limp shoving imbalance. Yeah. Just getting owned, isn't he? Just putting a note in case it's something to look out for. His 3.5x folding. See if he actually does it with some value at any point. Limping on the button, good. Love to see that. Lots of weak players. You know, we are coming up against regs. 1 per game, it seems like. But nothing too bad. I mean, you know, it should be clear to Dimbalans if I don't play that much and I can see him as probably a reg, that if he's playing every single button then he's not really adjusting against me. Unless he just thinks I'm a complete fish, in which he thinks he can get away with it. Ooh, gotta fade the first draw and a straight draw. In we do. That will do nicely. Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna try and say your name there. I'll relax. That was very poor. How's it going? Where are you from? We saw the balance bet his 10 of clubs last time. He could be bet protecting a queen. Looks like he's I don't think he's gonna go for value. I think we have to just bet ourselves. Ontario, nice. I've not been to Canada actually. Would you recommend going? What's like the highlights of Ontario? My sister lived there for a year. Where does she live? Okay. I'm gonna size this up quite moderately so that we can be like all in the flop or bet smaller if we want to. And this is one where we will bet smaller. Move to Germany. What, trying to get back in the groove of playing poker? No worries. I'm glad you like it. Just trying to help people out. Share anything I've learned. I don't play that many hours these days, but I have played for a very long time. What do you play? You playing online, live, cash games, tournaments? What's your poison, as they would say? This is obviously a cool no limit online. Cash games, Zoom or six-handed. Printer, what was this guy? Six Max. I haven't played cash for so long. Used to do it in the early days. Let's see, should not continue here. Low limits are fun. Low limit's nice, you know. You don't really lose too much money. Can make money, have some fun. It's like, you know, the $10 spins, $25 spins. You really just can't lose that much money unless obviously you're not that great. Then it's easy to lose a lot of money, but relatively at least. I personally prefer them. I know Lucky Luke, he likes the old cash games. He would heavily recommend that. It depends on your bankroll, depends on time wise. Like for me, I'm very comfortable in poker, like heads up and short stacked. So like there's a lot more dynamics, and I think as a beginner you can't really get the nuances in spins, because you know the difference between 12 and 9 and 6 big blinds is really, really huge, but a beginner doesn't really know that. It also depends what you like, you know. Like I like the fact that, you know, things finish and you lose players. I'm definitely betting this. You know, I like the fact that blinds go up, there's a finish, there's a winner. Cash games were just, I didn't like the dynamic that you just sat there. It was the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and nothing changed. It felt like, I don't know, maybe it's my competitive nature or something. It's just wasn't resonating. Yeah, I mean, just start at the lowest cash games. Start at the lowest cash games, read some books, follow some Twitchers. That's the best way. Just like learn and play, learn and play, learn and play, learn and play. Like constantly be learning. I think I'm gonna limp against him. Yeah, whatever you find fun, honestly. Like, yeah, of course, no worries at all. Like, honestly, the learning part is the biggest aspect. Most players just neglect that. Learning. I think I'll go for half pot. Like, I think I have a busted flush draw. He's not going to bet me off a... And distant balance is not folding. The thing is, he's good enough to know that I probably shove most ace-x pre-flop, so I think without like a 6 blocker or something here, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I remember that was the key in the early days. Like I started with sit and goes, read Dan Harrington's books, classics. They just like gave you all the pre-flop ranges, you know, and then you just played with those, and that was perfect. Like you knew where you stood from the very beginning. It's the same in like cash games. I think it's the same. You just need to know the ranges pre-flop, just kind of stick to those and understand the real basics, betting, sizes, and try not to overload yourself. Focus on a few things in each session, review it afterwards. King 4. I don't really want to call, but it looks like I probably have to. It's really on the edge. I'm gonna let it go. Shoving that one. But yeah, I think spins, I mean, if you play really, really, really low, it's probably okay, but you're just going to have too much to think about, and the games are just so fast. But the most important part is just have some fun. Yeah, hitting the flip. It's not the best run out with the 4-3 suited. 4-3 suited, I'm pretty sure it is a check raise on that board. We both have the same hand. 2's obviously calling. I might reg another one here just so that we don't hit one of these players because they're both regs. Oh, we got one of them anyway. Let's see here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's been going pretty good. I think you guys brought me some luck today. So, like, have you played poker at all, or just getting back into it, or? Because, like, if you played and you know what you're doing, it's a bit different. But if you never played before, then yeah, okay, cool. Cool. I'm sure you'll get into it quick. S&Gs. Oh, I love a good S&G. Done on here. I think here we'll go for a bigger bet size. Okay, this is going in now. Barreling this. Cool. This hits is like 10-7, 10-9. That might continue here. We had a gut shot. Okay, well. Spin and goes, they're fun, they're fun. There's not too much, you'd have to find a good strategy basis out there, like pre-flop ranges, you know, you just want to know what's my opening range on the button. Because there's a lot of different dynamics in spins. And I'd definitely start out the lowest blind level. No, I'm with Poker Deals full time, so we create content like on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. This channel is part of what we're doing as well. But let's see. Check. I did used to coach. I used to stake players and coach players. We had players all over the world. We staked them for mainly MTTs, but also spins as well. So I helped coach those. It was really fun, actually. Like when you had some players and you took them on and they started, you know, average buying like $10, $15, and then we ended up putting them in like, you know, W coops, and that was really fun. But yeah, just do this part-time now. I wouldn't be able to do 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day. It's too much, you know, when you do it for so long. Like doing it part-time, bit of fun. And, you know, I've played so long, these stakes are still very, very easy to beat. But if you want to play like 50s plus, I would say you've really got to study hard. You know, you can't just sit there and play. You've got to be in the solvers every day. You've got to be looking at what the population tendencies are. There's a lot involved. 6, 8. That is not a good board. I will not be continuing. See, when you're low like this as well, you need to look at some of the Nash charts. If you don't know what a Nash chart is, super important in tournament poker. Basically tells you mathematically what the edges are and calling and shoving blinds. Like you can see the stack size here in blinds if you're playing tournaments and cash games. Like everyone has their stack in big blinds now, so it makes things a lot easier. Poker Deals, yes, Poker Deals is our site. Just got the website up recently. If you guys haven't seen that, check out. We've got Luke creating news articles. Unfortunately, the site was not given to us in the best shape, but we're trying to improve it. It's going to take some time. Ooh, that was pretty brutal. And the queen's getting pounded as well. Should have delayed. Should have delayed. Got Printle in the next game, which is obviously a reg. But yeah, if you haven't seen our content, go to any of your favorite socials. On YouTube we have memes as well. I'm sure you'll find them funny. If you've watched Squid Game, we did a meme transformation of Squid Game. We did Independence Day. We've done Titanic, Fast and the Furious. I'm sure you will enjoy those. I spent quite a long time making those, I have to admit. Nicole here, our wizard. So what do you do in Ontario? Oh, nice. Awesome. Oh, thanks for the sub. Okay, well, best of luck. I hope it goes well. Okay, what content will you make? Back yourself. That is one key piece of advice. If you don't believe you can do it, no one else will. Belief is very key. Remember when I first started out telling people I was going to play poker, and I'm telling you, if I did not have any belief in myself, I never would have done it, because nobody else had any. Back then, poker was just unheard of, though. It was just seen as pure gambling. King 4. Bankroll, yeah, that bankroll discipline. Yeah, but that also has to move as well. I can't remember, did I also do this or not? I'm assuming I did. The thing is, it depends on your discipline. Like, so if you can play with 50 and then, you know, that's 50 at a certain buy-in, but then as soon as you go down one, right, that automatically becomes less than 50. So you have to set your buy-ins per buy-in and understand what amount that is. and then move down as soon as you hit it. And if you're not disciplined to do that, that's when things start getting a bit sway. It's like, oh, just one more buy-in won't matter. Oh, just one more. It's really that discipline which makes or breaks your ability to move up and down or succeed in poker. It's like you just have to set the limits. Well, it depends on the games. It depends how many tables you're playing. It depends on the games you're playing. It depends on your rake back. It's like pretty hard to have a definitive answer, but 50 buy-in seems reasonable. And then if you fall like, you could even go a bit less, but it depends. Like, you know, is that your entire money in the world? Like, there's a lot of different factors to consider. He checked. I'm just gonna pot this. Probably got a 7x. Yeah, and that's the toughest part in poker, is the moving up and down and having the discipline. That's just where so many players fail, because that's where things can get out of control. I'm just gonna shove. So like, just set your limits, like write them down before you even play. Just write them down. This is how much I need at this blind level. This is how much I need at this blind level. And what you can do as well is you can, depending on the games, you can add one higher buy-in and one lower buy-in, so that your average buy-in doesn't increase as much as if you played 2 tables of the higher buy-in. Do you see what I mean? That tends to help as well, especially in spins. Like, look, the difference between a $10 and a $25 is 2.5x. If I just suddenly jump to 225s, the difference would be huge in my average buy-in. It goes 2.5x, like 2.5 times your losses, 2.5 times your winnings. It's a really big jump. But if I put 125 and 110, that just jumps to 35, right, instead of 50. So my average buy-in goes from 10 to 17.5 rather than 10 to 25, and that helps a lot with the moving up and down. But sometimes it can get a bit confusing. I definitely wouldn't mix formats. I wouldn't play like spins and cash, and I wouldn't play spins and, well, you could play spins in MTT tournaments. I guess there's a bit of similarities, but especially if you're just trying to get back into it, I'd stick to one format, one game, and just go with that. Focus on one discipline, get that right, and then you can move on to other things. Yeah, test them out, see which one you enjoy the most. Like, I would say pick the one you enjoy. There's no point playing one just for the sake of it or because someone else told you. You need to like feel yourself. What is the game that you're most attracted to or enjoy the most? That's where you're going to do best, you know. Can I get away with the 6-2 here? I don't think he's shoving anywhere near enough. Like, let's see. ABB, he has to be shoving Queen 2 to Queen 4, Jack 2, Jack 3, Jack 4, Jack 5, 10 3. He's not doing that. Do I need to turn this into bluff? I think we turn some of the other ones into bluffs. Fives, that's no fun. Well, good luck. Look at other sources as well. You know, start trying to get, maybe even look at staking. You know, staking is quite a useful place to look, because they will have all the charts. You will have a community where, you know, you can ask questions and you can all share hands and you can see what's going on. It's a good environment to learn. Everyone's motivated, doing the same thing, so I can definitely recommend like staking in that sense. Alright, getting in with the Queen Jack versus the Queen 10. That's the karma points coming through there. Karma points. Let's see what happened to the music here. making it non-all-in in case he wants to call with some hands that can't call shoves. We just shove against the reg. So playing any 2 versus unknowns, they say it's obviously a call. Going to be delay betting with a 7-2. He just snap checks. If he had a 10x, he would be thinking about bluffing this flop. He just snap checked, so we're going to put on some pressure. He snap calls. He snap folds. So that's like purely read based, which you can do online. Alright, nice flop there. I think I will still c-bet this, make my life easier. Pretty good turn, all the draws miss. Reduces his 7x. I might even call river bets here with king, jack. I don't like the fact I have a jack, but this can be a bit loose, but like everything misses, so he just has a 7. That's okay. I think we're going to see a decent amount of bluffing there. They're going to just have no option but to bluff that spot. Alright, nice. We've got a follower. Thanks for following. I'm still not going to be able to say your name properly. The real Relac. The real Relac. I guess that's better this time. Yeah, don't defend these rag aces against 3x's. You're not going to do very well. Ace 3 out of position, it's just super horrible to play. And not really much Jamaica can have. Blocking some flush draws, blocking some straight draws. Just checks. Just gonna hope he hits something. Just gonna min raise him. If he trapped me with a king, then so be it. Don't recognize his screen name, so. Same for lead aces too. Ah, oh, value tanned myself. So Jamaica did have a 10. We wouldn't have got much more off him anyway. Trying it with the 8-4, getting it through. Yeah, it is. Spins is probably what I've spent the most time on, for sure. S&G as a whole was pretty much what I did. That was most of the years. I've played most of the formats at some point. Heads up, cash, MTTs for a short while. I just can't do the MTT schedule. It's like, I don't know how people do that, to be honest. I wonder if we're going to push too hard, but I think we'll go for it. I think he's limping enough value. Yeah, I was playing The spinning goes for quite a while actually. I don't like this, but it also feels way too weak to fold. Yeah, okay. But yeah, spinning goes, I have studied a lot. Lots of solving, lots of gameplay. You know, you can do all the study you want, but also gameplay is very important. You shouldn't really have any aces here. The question is, do I want to just shove? Just let him bluff turns. If he has 5-7, then fine. So Mandarin either has a 6 or he has random air. So we need to catch his bluffs, and we don't want to value town against a 6. If we bet, the bluffs aren't going to raise us very often. Well, I don't like the fact we have a 7 too much, but I think he just expects us to fold too often, so. Check 5. Hand reading, that is quintessential to any poker format. You will know exactly what to do if you try to hand read. Don't play any hand automatically. Like this is something I really think is important. Like even if you have aces, don't just snap your decision. Like just, you need a process and carry that out no matter what the hand is, and then for the hands that are difficult, you'll just be so well practiced that you'll do it extremely well. Small stab with 4-5. We have a pretty trashy hand, but we did raise pre-flop. Betting for value with a 9-6 against the 5-2 in the draws. This hits some of his draws. 6-3, but we block 6-3. I think I'm gonna thin value bet against a 5x and a 4x because it's gonna be really difficult. Like think of the rivers like 8, Jack, 10, Queen, King, Ace. They're gonna be really difficult to get value. So can we get a third street with 9-6? I'm not so sure. Plus he is going to have some bluffs there. I think it's a bit thin with the 9-6. So he had 4-3. That's one of his continue hands. Who's this? John Kara. It's against this type of player that I kind of want my HUDs. You can shove these. I would against a reg, but I think against unknowns, they're just going to shove everything better. Not going to bother betting this. We crushed the board too hard. Same for the other side. Just going to start letting these players bet. 6 brings a lot of draws. Hopefully he's going to start betting. Well, I think we just have to go for value now. Like, he's maybe won't even value bet a 10 on that river. He's not going to value bet a 6 that he hit on the turn. So we have to just go for river value. And given that he didn't bet the turn, he might just not randomly river bluff. So. Did you watch any of the memes yet? The real Redac. You watch any of our funny memes? And if you haven't seen Squid Game, go watch that. That's fun. As in the actual show. Alright, no worries. raise, okay. Pretty easy fold for us. I'm gonna have to make, I think these games are the last games. As I said, we're recording our third podcast today. It's gonna be a really fun one. Ace 5, Ace 7 is like the call here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Ace 6 actually. Ace 7 at 25 BB. Not a good board for our Queen 2. It's a river we're going to be bluffing though. After no bets at all, he's going to need a pair and a diamond, a pair and a jack or a 6. Didn't want to value time myself too hard against better 9s. Well, this John Codar is crushing us in the heads up so far. Piccolo, let's see. I think we will. Shove on you. He's having it every hand, this guy. Not really anything we can do. We get called. But not a bad session today so far. Definitely up. You guys have managed to bring some luck. Hoping for a check raise now with Jack 8. He's going to have some king highs, but I'm still going to value bet against the 6x and 3x, because on rivers it's going to be difficult. How many buy-ins up today? Let's see. Well, I played earlier. 200 euros, like so basically 10 buy-ins, 250 euros, 10 buy-ins or something. Good win rate. So win rate on spins is generally measured in chip EV. How many chips you make per game. You start with 500 chips, so if your chip EV is 50 chips per game, you have like 10% edge. You have to take into account rake as well and those things. Bigger size here, I'm going to fold. So at the moment on 25s, really weird check raise there with the Queen 9. At the moment on 25s, don't have a big enough sample. This is the lowest I've played for a while. Okay, this is going to be barreled in. But it's looking like 60, 70. I'm not honestly sure these days across all sites what's possible, but that is a good, for sure you make decent money with that kind of win rate, for sure. Check, 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 check. I'm going to be winning with king eye here. I'm just wondering whether I need to turn it to a bluff. It feels like we should and just put some pressure on, to be honest. Yeah, 60-70 chips per game. That is a high win rate in general. Like if you're doing that, you're going to be making good money. Converts into cash. So 60 or 70 chips, you need to divide that by 500 times 100, get your percentage edge. Then you need to minus the rake, whatever it is in the spins that you're playing, and that is your overall profit. You can also add the rake back. Rake back on stars now, they've increased it. You can get up to, what is it, 65, which is a big difference. Big difference. It used to, that used to be a sit and go player's biggest income was the rake back. I used to just play in these rake races and just make, you just make 10 to 15k every month just in rake back. 888 poker. Okay. Yeah, I mean every check the rate back on there, or if you want to message after, we can see what the rate back is on there or something. But I definitely advise playing a place that you get some good value back. It will help a lot. Oh, 6-2. Alright, Queen 10. And we hit the 10, which is nice. Spade draw. Alright, holding it up. Queen 2 is going in. Finds another ace. No joy this time, but we've got to be happy with that session. After a run of being down a bit, we managed to plug quite a bit back there, so that was really nice. Thanks for the luck, guys. Hope you all enjoyed, managed to get some value. It was very nice meeting you, The Real Relax. Just message us either on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and we'll see if we have anything in terms of rake back for you, because I would definitely advise having a good deal playing. It makes a lot of difference to your profit and bottom line. I'll see if it can help you out. Yeah, I think that's it for this week. I don't think we have anything else. Watch out for our World Series of Poker main event winner article coming up this evening from Lucky Luke. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit follow, subscribe, and yeah, see you all soon. Thanks very much.